doggy. No boats today, boys, but I got something to show you. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. So today we're going to unbox a little package from BAM Racing, okay? It's some props and a prop working tool, right? I just have my props back here for just you guys can check them out, you know, in the background there. I'm going to go through each one and kind of why I got it, okay? BAM Racing, he basically only sells ABC props. He sells them raw, like I got them, or you can get them prepped. He does a fantastic job of prepping his props. So I got a 1717 2350. I just got one, right? I just got one to finish up a set. But I have some faith in that prop. I have some faith in it, right? So I picked up another set. I might have one on back order, but it'll be here shortly. So what I want to do is have a modified set and a stock set, because like I said, I have some faith in this guy here, okay? I actually hardened my previous set so that I don't lose any rake on that high rake prop, the 23-degree rake. So it breaks down. 17 is the diameter. First two numbers is your diameter. The next two is the pitch. Okay, the three blade, 23-degree rake. That's the angle the blade comes off the hub. 50 blade area ratio. Okay. 50 is the blade area, the amount of blade area on this particular prop. Okay, so we got that guy. Pretty excited about that. Okay, really excited about, it'll probably be the last thing I show you, but I'm really excited about that one. I got this H5 right here. I actually messed up my H4. But this is a good hydroplane or rigger prop. Okay, it don't have a whole lot of rake, so it'll actually create a little more lift than this high rake, this 23-degree rake. It's got a round ear, so it shouldn't load up everything quite as much as like a pointy ear, you know, get a little more RPM. It's a fast prop. It's a very fast prop. You can never, it's hard to find this H5, right? Pretty hard. So notice that it don't give you the numbers like the other props. I'm not sure the pitch. I want to say it's a 5 pitch, but this is a 46 millimeter prop. Okay. From what I understand, it's an older design prop, but it works extremely well. Notice that the blade is so thin on this thing, like right out the freaking box, you know. Keep in mind, they got to be balanced, so I'm going to be busy. I hope this is the 3-blade. Like I said, I got a few props on back order. Yeah, oh, it is. So this is an 1814, 18 diameter, which is 45, give or take, millimeters. 1.4 pitch, 3-blade, 15-degree rake, 60 blade area ratio. Okay, so I also got this one for my Delta Force Vortex. Okay, so we'll be running the H5 and the 1814-3 on the Vortex. This, man, I've heard the P Limited guys, they run this prop on their 4S Hydro 60, 70 mile an hour with this prop on 4S P Limited. Sent me a couple tools here. Oh man, a hammer. He sent me a couple tools. There it is. There it is. I wanted to show you guys, so you guys get a picture of what company it's coming from. So BAM Racing Products out of Illinois. Okay, Alan K. ELZER. I hope I got the last name right. Brother, I appreciate you shipping this out like quickly. You know, I mean, man, I just ordered a couple days ago. It's already here. It's a nice little hammer right here, man. Oh, this is going to be the ticket. I have a little ball peen, but it's not as nice as this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. That's freaking awesome. That's for like cupping, working a prop back into shape after it's been bent or something, you know. He sells cupping balls, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going by memory. Now this is a prop pitch gauge, okay? There's an extensive instruction here, okay? Deluxe Propeller pitch gauge, okay? And that's kind of how you would put your prop on the tool. So I've actually had a chance to take a look at the instructions here, okay? It comes with a charting sheet. It's the next day. 2 different instructions. I've actually measured out the pitch of a prop. Now, keep in mind, I just got this yesterday, and I haven't talked to Alan about how to use it correctly yet, and I'm just going by the instructions, okay? So if I'm doing it wrong, cut me some slack and correct me in the comments. If you're new to this, you just got it, don't use this video as your reference. I will post a video in a few days or next week with the correct way to use it. So this is just my introduction on how I'm using it and getting some feedback from you guys, okay? So there's a formula, a charting sheet. So what you would do is you would measure a new prop stock out the box before you even prep it. You would measure it, you get the pitch. If you're into modifying, cupping, you would actually you know, prep the prop up, run it, and then you modify it. With the new modified prop, the new cup, it's going to give you a new pitch. You measure the pitch and you document it, run the prop, so on and so on. Say you lose the prop. You actually use the information that you've collected while you were building that prop to reproduce that prop at a later date, okay? Because you know you're going to lose a freaking prop. It's just part of boating. So it's D divided by C equals pitch, okay? This is the form. This is what I worked out for a 1917 1938. Okay, so what you want to do? I kind of want to show you this first, but let's go ahead and work out how I got the pitch 3.529. Okay, so basically what I did is I took my 1917 1938 here. This is a completely stock prop, unmodified. I put it on my pin. This guy right here, you just kind of get it out the way because you don't use that, I don't think, for finding the pitch. You get the corresponding block. You have an A block and a B block. The B block is the big block. That's for gas props, larger props. The A block is for what I'm going to call electric block, smaller props. Okay, so you have 2 pins here. As you can see, one has a thumb knob. The other one is basically a constant. It don't move. Okay, so these are machined to a tight tolerance, I would think, and if you bend or break the tip, it's going to throw everything off, so you need to be careful. So we're going to use A2, hole number 2, okay, and that is 0.102. That's C in our equation, okay, and we're going to find D right now. So basically, the one question I have is when you measure this part of the prop, do you come to the very tip of the trailing edge? See this farthest back pin? Do you measure it on top of the trailing edge, like right here, or do you measure it like sitting on that cupped area on the back of the trailing edge. So either way, I got it. Both pins setting on the prop. Pretty sure that's where you would want to set it at. It actually says to do 2 or 3 measurements and average out the 2 or 3 measurements. So what you do, I got that set. Okay, once you got the pin setting, no light showing under the prop blade, you come and measure it. Okay, so I pulled 0.36 on mine. You measure it off the back of the block, the top of the block, the little post that's sticking up. Okay, so we got our information. It's a 0.36 is the pitch or the measurement we got with the pins, divided by A2, the hole we used for the block, equals 3.529. And I'm pretty sure that 3.5 inch, okay, 3.5 pitch, I think it's, the prop will push the boat 3.5 inches for every full revolution in a perfect world with no slip. I think that's what that number is. Please don't quote me and correct me if I'm wrong, okay? A pitch of 3.5. I've checked that. I've kind of cross-referenced that with an Arctura 646, and the number there is pretty much on point, okay, with the distance traveled for 1 full revolution, no slip, in a perfect world. And you know, I could be wrong there. Please correct me. But that's how I got this number. I hope it's right. I hope I'm not steering you guys the wrong way. I just got this, okay? I used hole number 2 in the A block, so I went to 3. As you can see, 3, it just won't work. It's a little bit too far out on the blade. And then A block, A1, it's a little too close to the hub, I would think. Yeah, I would think that's too, yeah, I don't think this would actually set down on the blade. So hole number 2 there seemed to be best suited for this particular prop. Again, I'm just not sure if it sits on the blade down here or well, let's see. If I set it on the blade here closest to the leading edge and then I drop this pin down, let's see how much of a difference we get in measurement here. Big difference. So it would be around 0.33 if we measured it there. So we definitely need to figure out which area of the prop to measure, you know, whether it's up here or down here. So I'll do some checking and we'll come back to this. So I used this last night and this morning when I was prepping up the 18, 14, 15, 60, okay? I mainly used this guy right here, okay? I mainly used this. This little pin right here is basically going to be so convenient if you're working props, any prop, okay? So I basically used it, I put it right to the tip, okay? You see that? It's basically touching the tip, barely touching it. So it's going to give us a measurement height-wise, like the rake coming off the hub, the tip. It's also going to measure the length of each blade. So this blade actually had one short blade. So I had one short blade that I needed to catch the other 2 blades up to. So I basically used this guy right here to actually get all 3 blades matched up. Okay, I don't have this perfectly set, but you guys get the idea, right? So it's going to help you get the blades, the blades matched up on your propellers. Okay, it's going to help you big time, right? So I'm just going to kind of quickly set this. Nothing precise here, just giving you guys some ideas here. And I'm sure there's more ways you can use this pin. Okay, so you see I have it pretty much set to the tip of that prop. It could be set a little bit better. So this is an 1820 2350. This is a rigger prop. Okay, it's a fast prop. I've only run this prop once. I've hardened it. I've heat treated it so that I don't lose my rake and the prop stays in pristine shape and it don't flex while you're running. So take a look. I got the tip of this pin right on the tip of this prop. So this is also an 1820. This prop was not heat treated. I think I got 2 runs on it, on the new one. This one here's got about 30 runs on it, maybe 40, right? It's an old prop. And you can clearly see the rake has slung out of the prop. Like turning these props really fast, the centrifugal force will want to straighten out the rake. Also, the pressure from the water and the prop pushing the boat will want to flatten the rake out. So ABC props, especially the 1823 rake props, they need to be heat treated. Like all of them do, really. ABC and Arctura. This like the low rake props, they have a low rake, so you're not really going to have to worry about straightening out, flattening out the rake. But you can clearly see the difference in rake. So this was a 23, it's probably a 20 now. So I've actually tried to straighten it out a little bit. I put a little roll on the tip, and I'm actually re-prepping this prop. I'm going to make a whole new prop out of it. So this will be a Tinker Testing 2 prop, you know. It's a 109 mile per hour prop. It used to be. So we'll see what we can do with it after I kind of, you know, play around with it and rework it, you know. I love it. I love prepping props. I am so happy to have this tool, this prop gauge. I mean, it's going to come in handy so often. Also, so say, okay, so this is my H2. I thought it was an H4 that I hit something with and messed it up. It was an H2. So I set this up on the back of my blade right here. Okay, and it kind of gave me an idea where that kink was, so I could actually try to match it up on the other blade, you know. So if you're cupping the tips or something, you can use this as a reference where you put, or where the bend is and where the new bend should be. So it has lots of uses. I probably hadn't even scratched the surface of what you can do with it, but it's $150. I wanted to go ahead and tell you so you don't waste Alan's time just asking for a price. It's $150 at the time of this video. It's all handmade. He's got about 40 years experience in a machine shop. He owns all the tools to make this a precision. It's precision made. Okay, I've actually used my little hammer here. I was tinkering around with that old 1820 trying to get the tips kind of modified, you know. So this, I think it's a chrome eyelet or nickel plated ball peen hammer, so this isn't going to scratch up the surface of your props, you know. It should be a little more delicate than, say, a cast, you know, steel rusty old hammer, you know. I think he sells these. I think he has a couple other prop prepping tools available. Just message him and ask him, okay. I do. Like I said, I really appreciate you sending this. I don't even know how the hell I've prepped props this long without it. Like, I've actually been going through some of my twin props, and it's actually kind of crazy. Like, it's not off by much, like a millimeter, but one prop is, you know, 40, maybe not even a millimeter, more of like a half a millimeter off. One prop may be, you know, 45 millimeters, and then the sister prop to it is like 44.5, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but now I can go through and check the rake, check the blades, That's one prop. This is the sister prop to it, because it's much, this one's a little bit bigger. It's not much bigger, but it's a half a millimeter bigger. Man, yeah, I've actually been working on going through all my props, reshaping, modifying, and it's such a game changer, you know. So I'll let you guys go. The video is probably getting long for you. Everything works smoothly on it, you know. Super nice, super nice. So email Alan, serious inquiries only, okay, and he'll get you set up. Right. If you guys find my videos helpful, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. All we do is boats. I try to go through everything with you guys, you know, inside and out my boats and everything that goes along with it, you know. If you don't like my videos, you find me a jackass, dislike and unsubscribe, because I don't know why you're even watching if you don't like the videos. So we'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you watching.